Hey y'all. Okay, so I don't want my phone to overheat, so I'm going to attempt to keep this short. But yeah, welcome back to my channel. It's Morgan Hill, also known as Liv Loves Literature. And today we're going to be talking about reverse grumpy sunshine romances. Okay, this was, I was about to say, highly requested. One person requested it, but that's enough for me. That's enough for me because I love talking about my favorite trope ever. I mean, okay, one of my favorite tropes ever. We might do multiple different tropes, but like we'll see. And we might do like a part 1, part 2. Okay? But okay. So, reverse grumpy sunshine, what does that mean? Where did this come from? So, number one, you need to watch my unpopular bookish opinions video. That's where you need to start, okay? Because I don't want you to get lost and I don't want you to get lost in the sauce and not know what we're talking about. So basically, I stated in that video that I like reverse Grumpy Sunshine better than Grumpy Sunshine. The original Grumpy Sunshine is when the boy is the grumpy one and the girl is the one who's like sunshine and she's like trying to get his attention. I don't like that. I don't ever think that's cute. I'm not into the sad boy, grumpy boy. That's not my thing. I like reverse Grumpy Sunshine where the girl gets to be grumpy and the boy is like her sunshine boo thing, okay? So, yeah. So yeah, we're going to be talking about some reverse Grumpy Sunshine books because it just makes me so happy. We're going to be talking about ones. Okay, I like all of these except for one. I kept it on here though because it's very popular, and you just because I didn't like it doesn't mean you won't like it. Okay, okay. Okay, let's start off with Catch the Sun by Jennifer Hartman. Okay, just by the title alone, like, oh my gosh, this book, you have to read it, y'all. Like, I'm so serious, you have to read it. It's so good. It's up there on my shelf. Hopefully you can see it. But yeah, it's so good. It's about Ella and Max. And Ella, she is Ella and Max, they grew up in like a small town. And so when they were younger, they were besties, and they said that they were going to end up together when they got older. Well, Ella's brother ends up committing a crime, and it's like the talk of the town, and they have to leave. So they come back years later. It's high school now, and Max is still there, but Ella, she's kind of like different. She's not as sunshiny and happy. She's actually very like down because of all the things that have happened. And but Max is like, you're still my girl. Like, I'ma bring you out of this hole. And it's so good. Like, there's this bridge that's like their bridge that they meet on, and it's just like, it's very good. Like, I low-key want to reread it soon. I don't, but like, it's a fall book. Like, it truly is a late summer, early fall book, and I happen to read it late summer, early fall. So it was just like the perfect vibe, but like, it's so good. Like, it's really one of my new favorites. Okay, that's enough about that, because I've talked about this book enough on this channel. Okay. Next we have The Art of Falling for You by Maya Hughes. So this book, I actually found it the next month after Catch the Sun, and they're kind of just a little bit similar in a way. Still small town, but and I rated Catch the Sun 5 out of 5 stars. Yeah. But yeah, The Art of Falling for You is more like a cute. I found this when I was searching for fall books to read on Kindle Unlimited, and this popped up because it's a like football player sports romance type thing. So it's about Bay and Dare, which I love the name, so unique. Dare, he is a football player at the school. He's a popular guy. He can have any girl he wants. And Bay, she's like kind of like a nobody, but like on the low, she sings, and she like sneaks out of her house every night to go record and help people record in the studio. So like, she sings but kind of like background vocals, but she has a great voice. So Bay and Dare are neighbors, and Dare hears her singing. He's like, girl, like, that's beautiful. Like, it's low-key healing him because he's fighting his own demons with his family. He's living in a sort of broken household where they have like a lot of things going on. So yeah, I have my list over here if you're wondering what am I looking at. But yeah, And that's really that. Of course, like, he's like trying to talk to her, and she's like, you're trying to talk to me? Like, what? Like, we don't even run with the same crew. And he's like, but I want you. And she's like, but why? And she's like, but then of course, obviously, they come together. Okay. We have my OG comfort book, Wait for You by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I love this book so much. I cannot express it. I read it twice now. And it was the book that actually got me back into reading. So in December 2023, I took a trip to Barnes and Noble, and I bought the books that became my journey back into a reading in my adulthood, and blessed my 2024 and led us all here back to my roots of booktube. But anyways, Wait for You. So Wait for You, we have Cameron and Avery. Avery, she's from Texas. She's a Texas chick. Something happened when she was in high school that like really kind of messed her up, and she wants a new start. So she goes to college in West Virginia, where she meets Cameron. She literally bumps into him. Now Cameron, on the other hand, like, he's living nice. He has a nice family, like very different family dynamics. She's kind of like wants to get away from her family. He has a good family. And so let me make sure this is recording. And so anyways, however, Cameron does have a little chip on his shoulder because of something that happened. And so Cameron, he's like the super tall hottie, hotter. He hangs out with the frat boys, like, so cute. And they live in this small college town. I mean, yeah, the college, the university is like in this small college town. And yeah, so he's like every girl wants him, period. Like, every girl wants him. And him and Avery are in astronomy class together. And they get partnered up, or really, like, he makes her his partner. He's like, oh, okay, well, you weren't here the day that we had to choose partners, so you're my partner. And she's like, okay, like, what? And she's like, she's not bothered by him. She's not about to give any dude any other chance, because she's like, okay, scarred from her past. But Cameron is so sweet, so nice, and they do have like a bumpy way, but they find their way, okay? And it's so good and so cute, and I love the cover. And when I was reading this book, I was literally squealing and giggling. I was like, I literally was giggling and kicking my feet and screaming on the couch. Okay, that's how good it was. Next, we have an OG Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. Okay, Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. If you were on BookTube like 10 years ago, you would have heard my girl Rainbow Rowell. Like, she was giving the girlies OG YA romance, okay? But anyways, Fangirl. We have twins. Not the twins are not dating. The twins are not dating. But we do have twins. We have Kath and we have Ren, because originally their parents thought that they were going to be, it was only going to be one baby, but they were like, oh snap, it's two babies, so we're going to name one Kath and one Ren. So we follow the story of Kath. Ren is the twin that's kind of like the party animal, and she's like more social, but Kath is like, just leave me alone, and I'm gonna write my fan fiction and read my books. So she actually is the author of an extremely popular fan fiction. So in this world, I think Harry Potter does exist, but this series called Simon Snow also exists. And Simon Snow, he's basically like a Harry Potter type character, but she writes fan fiction about him, and the fan fiction is super popular. And I think, oh, so it's been years. This has nothing to do with the Reverse Grumpy Sunshine, but I reread it in 2024, like it had been 10 years since I first read it. So I reread it last year, and I just want to give you some of the lore, because it was just cute. Like, not only is it Reverse Grumpy Sunshine, but it also is a love letter to book lovers. Like, if you love books, you will love this book. But anyways, the author is like taking a long time to release like the 7th or 8th or whatever number the last book is going to be, kind of like Harry Potter. And so Kath takes it into her hands to basically write fan fiction, like her own version of the last book. So while they wait, so people are reading it and eating it up. So it's really, really cool, actually. But anyways, she meets this dude named Levi, I think probably in her creative writing class. And he's like into her, but she's like, why? Like, I'm like nobody. Why do you want me for? And it's just cute. He kind of helps bring her out of her shell, and like she'd be reading her fan fiction to him. Like, yes. Okay, I've talked enough about that. Next is Reckless by Elsie Silver. So this is the one that I was not a big fan of. Okay, so let me tell you why. I read Reckless. It's been past a year since I read Reckless. I think that was one of the last books I read in January 2024, and I didn't love it. I did not love it. I didn't really care about the characters like at all. But yeah, we have Winter and we have Theo Silva. Theo Silva is a bull rider. Yes, he rides bulls. So yeah, this is a part of the Chestnut Spring series by Elsie Silver. I'm sure you've heard of it, but it's like they're up in Canada, I think, and it's like the countryside of Canada, and they ride bulls. They wear Wrangler jeans. And yeah, the first book of the series, Flawless, I actually read this past December 2024, and I loved it. So I don't know if it was that I didn't start in the right order, or that Summer and Rhett were just a better duo. I don't know. But yeah, Summer and Winter are actually sisters. And Winter is exactly how her name is. She's icy. She's icy. She's got some trauma. She's been burned. Her and Summer are trying to like work things out. And yeah, so yeah, but she is prickly. She is prickly as ice. And something happens to bring her and Theo together. It's a trope that I don't love, but something happens to bring her and Theo together, and yeah. So if you like Elsie Silver, if you like the Chestnut Spring series, and you maybe have started or thinking about starting it, Reckless, which is number 2 or 3 in the series, is Reverse Grumpy Sunshine. Okay, next. If It Makes You Happy by Julie Olivia. I found this book by scrolling through Instagram, which is super cool. And this is a Reverse Grumpy Sunshine that takes place in maybe Vermont, maybe? It's somewhere in New England, but our main character, I don't remember her name. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't remember either of their names. Okay, so this shows you. Okay, I liked the book. I really, really did. I'm pretty sure I gave it a 4-star or 4.5. But is it something I'll read again? No. But it was really good. It's definitely worth your time. You should definitely read it in the fall time, because it's specifically a fall time romance. But anyways, she was in Seattle, and she's divorced now. And she's just kind of, and her parents own this cozy inn in the town that she's going to meet the lover in. So they own this inn, but then they passed away. So we had the funeral, and the main character's younger sister is supposed to take over the inn. But she's still in college, like she's still in art school or whatever. And our main character's like, okay, well, while you finish that up, I'll take over the inn. So she like moves to Vermont or whatever for a certain period of time. So of course she meets our love interest. He's a single dad of 2 daughters. And yeah, like they're hanging out and all type of stuff and getting to know each other. It's very, the author herself said, if you like Gilmore Girls, you'll like this. I definitely understand the Gilmore Girls vibe. I mean, the inn, hello. There's an inn, it's a small town. There's a single dad. Okay, yeah. So, definitely, like, good cutesy vibes. And, yeah, she's a little prickly herself because she didn't have the best relationship with her parents before they passed. So, that's kind of like, And she's kind of like big city girl, but now she's coming down to a slow, small town. Okay, next we have, okay, let's throw it all the way back to Vampire Academy series. Okay, so not Vampire Academy, but the spin-off series. So let me tell you why I can't tell you. I actually remember these characters' names, but I can't tell you them because I feel like that's a spoiler for the Vampire Academy. If you have not read Vampire Academy, you need to. I am going to make a video because a new girlfriend of mine, commented on one of my recent videos that I need to make a series recommendations video, and the people get what they ask for. Number 1, if you have not read Vampire Academy by now, you need to, but I won't spoil it for you because, okay. Anyways, I might do, because so many of books that I've read like 10 years ago are just now getting adaptations, and I really want to do like a reading the book and then watching the adaptation. I started to do that with the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, because I read the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes almost 3 years ago now. But I tried to read it back in November, and I just I wasn't feeling it then. But y'all know it's February, so this month we're only reading Black books anyway. So guess we'll see in March if I feel like it. But But yeah, anyways, y'all. So Bloodline series is a spin-off to Vampire Academy, is what I was talking about. And the two characters were in the Vampire Academy series. This character, she's very serious. Like, she takes her work serious. She's working with the vampire to do this and that. And this character, he is very unserious. And he's like a royal prince type dude, whatever. He's royal. He has royal blood. And he's just kind of like unserious. He could have any girl he wants type dude. And they're like, it's like opposites attract. I don't know if I'd call her grumpy. I remember she wasn't like warm and happy, so maybe you could call her grumpy. But yeah, but just the way that they just come together is just so cute. Like, it's unexpected. Like, whenever I realized the author was gonna take this direction, I was like, little me was gagged. Little junior year of high school me was gagged. Okay. Next, we're throwing it even further back to a series that I read when I was in 7th grade. So yeah, I read Bloodlines when I was a junior in high school, and I read Beautiful Creatures when I was in 7th grade. So we're just going backwards. Beautiful Creatures, okay? This came out, I actually don't even know when the actual book came out. But Twilight and Vampire Diaries and all the things walked so that this series could run. And except she's like a magical, okay, so it's, the girl is a magical being and the guy is not. Interesting, right? I know. So the girl, she's like a witchy type creature, and she moves into this small town into Gatlin, South Carolina. I remember that. Gatlin, South Carolina, and her name is Lena, and the boy's name is Ethan. So Ethan has lived there his whole life. He's never traveled outside of that place. He's small town, like people driving beat up cars, like they get a new student every 10 years, that type of vibe. And Lena rolls into town. Everyone's like, who is this chick? She turns out she's the granddaughter to like this guy who never leaves his house. His name is Macon Ravenwood. And he's like, nobody. And his dog's name is Boo Radley, which I believe is a nod to someone in To Kill a Mockingbird. I did read To Kill a Mockingbird in college, but I kind of forgot the characters' names. Except for Scout. I remember there was a Scout. Anyways. So yeah, he never leaves his house. It's kind of, and everyone, you know, in a small town, if you never leave your house, if you don't greet people, if you don't keep your lawn a certain way, they're gonna be like, oh, you're a witch, you're evil. So, and it's the South. So yeah. So anyways, so yeah, everyone thinks she's strange and weird, and something's coming up, like a prophecy or whatever, and she's kind of dealing with that. And Ethan's like, I kind of like you, like I kind of want to talk to you, I kind of want to be around you. And she's like, no, like back up, little boy. But she falls into the spell. Ooh, I ate that. Okay. And last but not least, the OG Reverse Grumpy Sunshine. Like, you should know what I'm about to say. If you don't know what I'm about to say, were you even alive around 2000, the late 2000s to the early 2010s? Okay. We are talking about The Hunger Games. Yes, we are. The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins, obviously. Yeah, The Hunger Games. The Hunger Games, The Hunger Games, The Hunger Games. The Hunger Games is about... Why am I even telling you the plot of The Hunger Games? You know the plot of The Hunger Games. But let's just pretend that you didn't. Okay, boom. So they're living in post-apocalyptic, post-war North America. It's now called Panem. Okay? Now called Panem. And this is the fact that I haven't read any of the books or even seen any of the movies in the longest time. So that's how iconic she is. I will forever be... I will forever be, okay? Anyways. So, yeah. It's now called Panem. And, so the country was organized into 12 districts. There used to be 13, but the 13th one mysteriously disappeared. You know what that means. And so, yeah, but there's 12 districts. Our main characters, Katniss and Peeta, are from District 12. It's kind of like the poor. They're known for like coal mining and stuff like that. It's very gray. Okay, it's very gray time. And so every year, I believe, yes, every year, the children's names are entered into a bucket, and this woman comes from the capital. The capital is where all the rich and successful people are living. And a woman comes and she picks 2 names out, a boy and a girl, and those will be the victors. Those will be the victors for the whatever. So it's 24 people, because there's 12 districts, 12 times 2. So do I teach English or math? Anyways, there's 24 victors that are gonna go and fight in this arena to the death. Okay, and so because life is so dismal, our main character Katniss. Oh, and our main character Katniss is just her mom, and her little sister. Their dad died in the coal mines. So Katniss is really, and their mom is like traumatized, and her little sister is a little sister. So Katniss is taking care of the family. Like, she's going out to hunt. Okay, she's going out to hunt. Sounds like another series I know. But anyways, yeah, Katniss is going out to hunt. Like, she's got the world on her shoulders. She really wants to run away. Like, Peeta, on the other hand, like, he's not like really that close to his family. They work at a bakery. They have this history. They've gone to school together, and he always kind of liked her. He thought she was pretty, and she wore her hair in like braids, and like she's like, I guess, the only girly who knows how to braid, because everyone's going so crazy over the fact that Katniss wears braids. But anyways, yeah. And they had this history where he threw her a piece of bread and, you know, all that type of stuff. So, yeah, so they already kind of know each other. And Katniss volunteers. Her sister's name gets called out of the little bucket. Katniss volunteers. And Peeta, his name gets picked. So it's Katniss and Peeta going to have to fight to the death. But, of course, we all know what happens. And Peeta's like a sunshine boy. He's, like, trying to win her over and stuff. But she's, you know Katniss. She's very... But, like, I'm like, is she really like that? Or am I just remembering her like that because of the way that Jennifer Lawrence portrayed her? I don't know. I'd have to read the books again. So, yeah. Why did I just explain the plot of the Hunger Games? I have no clue. But some people might not know. Like, some people actually were not a part of that world. Like, some people were not a part of the book world during that time. Like, I have to realize that. And this is no shade or make me seem like I'm better, but like, people really have become book girlies because of book talk and all that type of stuff, like, and not booktube, and that's cool. So I'm like, welcome, like, let's all be friends, like, let's get into it. So some people might not know what the Hunger Games is about. Okay. But anyways, that's it, y'all. That's it for part 1, because I know I'm gonna make it my mission to read more Reverse Grumpy Sunshine so that I'll have more to recommend to you guys. Okay, but that's it for part 1, y'all. I hope that you liked it. And, yeah, I will see you guys in another video. Bye.